Welcome to the stream. Today on Touhou LostWord, we have lots to do, so let's get right to it. First off, there is a new relic character in the game, and as you can probably tell from the music, it's gonna be someone we are very familiar with. Let's go into the ruins of memory and see who it is. The third song or music video released and currently playing is The Moon and Izayoi, which obviously belongs to none other than Sakuya Izayoi. I don't think the relic is the giant bow at her back that almost makes her look like a fairy, but actually the second sword she is wielding. Honestly, she normally doesn't use any swords at all, right? Let's see what's up with her. She doesn't really look all that different from usual, does she? Outside of the mentioned things. Yeah, I guess they're just big knives. Sorry, I let my emotions get the better of me. I will always be a maid of the scarlet level mentioned. She refers to them as knives. I guess she has a different perception of space than others do. As usual, at the end of this relic stage there will be a battle to be held, where we can try out Relic Sakuya for a little bit. And so far I think I have lost all of these relic battles at least once, so let's see if today's weird team is gonna do any better at that. Well, that's a familiar start. Ah. I said something. No, something popped up in my mind. It's happening again right now. What is this? I see. These are words. Words. Aren't they? Are they not? Honestly, I'm at a loss for words. They'll be here soon, won't they? I just received a message from the front gate and the Great Library, so I'm sure it won't be long now. I see. Hey, Sakuya. My clothes don't look weird, do they? I mean, they're the usual ones. You have worn weirder things in this game. Don't worry, you look as perfect as always. Good. Thanks, Relia. I've only been a few tiny disturbances without any real incidents lately. That's probably why it feels like it's been such a long time since Remo and Marisa last caused a ruckus in the mansion. Yes. When and the time I brought with Ray. I It's over. Well, that was a short story. Everything has ended. My dear. What was it again? What was I so sad about? What was I? Yeah. My name. What is my name? You're the second Sakuya that doesn't really know who she is. Oh. It feels like my fate has... And my name. My name. My fate. My original? These memories have been restored. That means you have regained your original name. Sakuya Izayoi. No. I mean, this is obviously Eren, but I don't think I recognize this silhouette of her. Maybe I'm wrong. What once was Sakuya. Your fate that was distorted by a demon has now vanished. And you are currently recollecting your old memories. Yes, this is but a memory. You are experiencing a memory of the past, like how a machine loads saved data. But I am a genius, so I can use these predetermined memories to converse with you. That doesn't make any sense. Who are you? Yes, you will ask for my name. I am Eren Yagokoro, the brain of the moon. I am the sage attendant of Lord Tsukuyomi and master of countless medicines. And I am also your teacher. Right, now I remember. I'm glad you understand. I was surprised to see you down on Earth, but the fate engraved in your blood prevented me from talking to you about it. It must have been caused by a powerful spell or an intense emotional attachment. They are the same in this case. It was a real struggle to account for all of that in my predictions. Earth. Fate? Oh, so your mindset has already reverted back to the way it was. Then I suppose I should hurry to recreate that time for you. Come on, my students. Come on in, my students. Oh, he's here too. I came as soon as I got your message. What is it, Lady Yagokoro? Has this got something to do with Miss... I shall explain that now. This also concerns you three, so listen up. What I'm about to tell you is a vitally important tale of the future. The future? How exciting! Although it is rather unusual to hear Erin talk about such things. Is this going to be about predicting the future? That seems rather advanced for us. No, maybe it's a good challenge. According to quantum physics, predicting the future should be impossible. Why have you brought this all up? Or why have you brought this up all of a sudden? It seems my clever students need some convincing. But all of this is for... What? I'm so jealous. How come she gets a special lesson with Erin? Well, not that I'd ever want that for myself. Is it some sort of punishment? Huh? What? Well, I truly am jealous. If Lady Yagokoro ever said this is all for Yorihime, I'd... Let's calm down, everyone. This must be important if Lady Yagokoro says it's all for Miss... And look, you're confusing her. Don't worry, Miss... Thank you. Sorry for fooling around. I'll be quiet and listen. I'm sorry too. That was unbecoming of me. Especially in the presence of Lady Yagokoro. You're all such good girls. Please keep quiet like that and listen, okay? You are my students, so I'm sure you know that predicting far into the future has been deemed theoretically impossible. But there are a few exceptions. Today, I'm going to talk about interference sent back in time from the future. The future is not fixed when seen from the past, but the past is fixed when seen from the future. In the future, you can relay fixed information back to the past. It's the same principle as the ultramarine orb theory. In order to realize my plan, my perfect prediction plan, it is necessary to memorize the plan and the theory behind it. Huh? What? Why me? Wouldn't someone else be more suited to such a vital task? Like Miss Kaguya? Yes. You've always lacked confidence. Huh? Yes? You're fine as you are. I shall explain my reasoning. Kaguya has a different duty she must fulfill, as to Toyohime and Yorihime. No, I suppose it is more of a fate than a duty. Kaguya will soon take an interest in the Touhou elixir. This cannot be stopped, and I am sure that I will assist her. No way. Miss Kaguya wouldn't do that. The Touhou elixir is forbidden. We have to stop her. Calm down. Nothing has happened yet. Kaguya hasn't even come up with any plans. You cannot punish someone for a sin they haven't committed. Though, in saying that, Kaguya will surely be exiled to the earth when the time comes. Then, when I go to bring her back as an emissary of the moon, I will forsake the moon and stay on earth. It is inevitable. After that, I will have no choice but to name Toyohime and Yorihime my successors. Then what will happen to me? I want you to investigate something for me. You will look for knowledge that I cannot hope to obtain by myself. I'm sure that you are all aware that there are several different ways to connect the moon and the earth. Can you list them for me? One method would be to use abilities. My ability is an obvious example. There might be beings on Earth with similar abilities. Also, travel between both worlds is easier when the moon is full. Well done, Toyohime. That's exactly right. Another well-known method is to directly travel from one to the other with some sort of tool or vehicle, like our veils. However, everyone tends to avoid using this method, as it is prone to accidents. That's correct, Yorihime. Another method would be to travel through the other worlds of dreams and visions. The far side of the moon is a compatible otherworld, and ongoing research will make this a practical means of travel. Dreams and visions. Yes, that makes sense. Does it make sense? I never thought of going that route. That's good to know. Huh? Wait a second. Isn't there still one more method? Actually, I'm surprised that Toyohime and Yorihime didn't think of this before me. Miss Kaguya, would you please stop teasing and just tell us already? Now that you mention it, there was another method, wasn't there? Maybe... Isn't it obvious? The last method is the dragon's flight. That's right, Kaguya. And the dragon's flight is precisely the thing that I want to learn more about. I want you to investigate this. This is bad. Even I know that. Probing into the secrets of the dragon's flight is one of the moon's taboos. It's practically the same as investigating Lady Chang'e or Lord Tsukuyomi. I'll be found out, and I'll surely be punished. Lady Yagokoro, it pains me to say this, but isn't that too cruel? You just told us that you would eventually turn your back on the moon, and now this. We love and respect you, Lady Yagokoro, so not knowing your intentions truly pains me. I feel the same way. Lady Yagokoro, we intend to stay by you forever, no matter what. But what you speak of, no, my lack of intelligence is at fault. My mind can't process this. I can't possibly comprehend your intentions. And what about... You ask too much of her. It's too much. Then how about I do it for her? Huh? What are you saying, Miss Kaguya? It's too dangerous. You could lose everything. Do you understand that? Yes, of course I do. But that doesn't matter. Then why would you volunteer? Because it sounds like fun. And if I do it, you won't have to put yourself in danger. You agree with me, don't you, Erin? I'll do it. Of course you can't. This plan is destined to fail. Huh? You will acquire information about the essential details of the dragon's flight. I'm sure you'll accomplish that much. But you won't be able to return. You will be immediately banished to the impure earth. Thus the plan will fail. I do, however, already know where you will fall to the earth and what you will do down there. So you don't need to return. I can collect the information concerning the dragon's flight in the not too distant future. I will collect it directly into my brain, along with your existence. No, but Miss Kaguya and the others already know about the plan. They know what I will do and what they themselves will do. They also know your intentions. And now that we all know this, there's no way that we can act like we don't. This means that we cannot complete your perfect prediction plan. Our own knowledge will get in the way. Yes, it is as you say. Then how can this plan succeed? You needn't worry. I have already thought about this. The solution is simple. Laughably simple. I will delete your memories of this conversation. All I need to do is erase the memories with medicine. What? My memories. And everyone else's. Except yours. I will erase them all. Yeah, as if. I don't care if you're an alien or whatever. You shouldn't fabricate such ludicrous memories. I can't deny the possibility that such a thing might have happened. There's probably at least one world like that. And it's also possible that these fake memories were engineered to reflect the real past as closely as possible. No, fabrication is wrong. It goes against my principles as an academic. I'm not the most respectable scientist, but still. If the world was as it once was, this would be considered a crime. Well, not like there's anyone left to arrest you now. She left ages ago. She's always been quick to run away. Why, hello. Since when are you wearing glasses? And they're gone. Oops, I almost forgot about you. Sorry. You have a very similar hairstyle to Erin, now that I see you back to back. Yeah, that is a weird Erin. You're right. I'm Yumemi. Yumemi Okazaki. I'm a professor, a captain, and the unofficial authority on the non-unified magic world theory. You can call me whatever you wish. And you are Sakuya Izayoi. The PC-98 era really does seem alive. How long until we actually get to play as one of them, though? Ah! I can speak. My consciousness and senses have also become clearer. And did you also forget what happened earlier? Yes, now that you mention it. Wait, what were those voices? I thought I heard two people speaking. Ah, yes. I am Mugetsu. I am Gengetsu. We are the fantasy world's most despicable and disastrous twin sisters. You stole that line, but sure, you were allowed as twins. But no artwork for you two, I guess. Hey, what's going on, Yumemi Okazaki? This isn't what we were promised. We were meant to appear with a big bang. It was meant to be dramatic. Now, calm down. Connecting my image to another world is a simple task for me. I've studied these kinds of things after all. But you two still need some practice. You'll have to try it at least once in a setting that you're more compatible with first. I don't really get it. Does it really work like that? Yes, it works like that. And you don't need to understand it. Well, humans are also better suited to visit fellow humans. But what about fellow maids? Visiting fellow maids? Then again, Mugetsu is just cosplaying. Though in saying that, I would have preferred to go and find the magician instead. But we can't be picky in this day and age. Oh, hold on a second. Then why did you bring us? Wouldn't it have been more efficient for us to split up and search independently? Now that's just being naive. Huh? What? Whoa, settle down. Don't take it so personally. I brought you both here because it was necessary. Why else would I do it? Besides, didn't I tell you about this beforehand? Or have you already forgotten? This Sakuya Izayoi lady here is most definitely by her identity is most defined by her identity as a devil's maid. Oh, yes, that's right. Now I remember why I came here. When you said she was a maid, I complained that Yumeko should go instead. But now I get it. She is perfect for me. Why? Why is she more perfect than Yumeko? What are you talking about? There's a big difference between a devil's maid and a devil maid. She's a maid who serves the devil, whereas you are a devil who just wears a maid outfit for some reason. Ah! Forget about that slight inconsistency for the moment. I brought you two with me because you can excavate this kind of information from the ruins without any conscious effort. That's why the assortment of characters that make up the words Sakuya Izayoi caught your attention. I'm still here. Could you please stop messing around already? Oh, sorry. This won't take much longer. This may come as a surprise, Miss Sakuya Izayoi, but I am here to save you. Oh, I apologize for my rudeness, and you have my sincere thanks, but what am I meant to do now? I may have remembered my name, but my mind is completely empty. I can't even pay you back for your help. I'm at a loss of words. You don't have to worry about paying me back or anything, but it's true that you cannot see where you must go. And once you exit the shell of pure darkness, you'll forget all about us. It will be like we were a fleeting dream or vision. But that's where these twin devils come in. If you can't remember, we can just make some tools remember instead. Now, please finish this off, Miss Mugetsu, Miss Gengetsu. Alright, since I'm a maid, I'll go with this long knife. I'm pretty sure Yumeko also uses a knife like this. I'll imbue it with my satellite. You may be a lowly human, but I'm willing to help out a fellow maid. Okay, that settles it for Miss Mugetsu. What tool are you going to pick, Miss Gengetsu? She has a keepsake from a devil, even though she's a human. How interesting. Alright, I'll risk it and put my satellite in that. Usually I'd call any devil who teamed up with a human a fool. But I'm kind of in a similar situation myself right now. You should thank your mistress when you get the chance. Okie dokie, that should do it. Alright, Miss Sakuya Izayoi. You will now see an incredible faint light once you leave the shell. No, it will be darkness, not light, because it's a wave that emanates from your beloved devil. You'll see a scarlet darkness. Red is one of my favorite colors. Perhaps that's another connection between us. All of our gifts to you will get packaged together in the box that is your existence. That way, they won't ever leave you. I guess it's similar to those spell card things I've heard about. But why are you doing this? It's a pain to explain, and none of us have the time right now. Just know that our goals and yours happen to align. You could call it fate. And this is coming from someone who has traveled between countless probabilities, so you can take my word for it. Now, it's time for you to go. There's nothing left here. We might meet again if our probabilities intersect. No, there's no question. We will meet again. Our ultimate goals intersect, even if you don't currently understand now. So we will encounter each other again. So, bye for now. Okay, until next time. Goodbye. She's gone. You just had to act all cool, didn't you? I know, right? It's not like we really understand what's going on either. Wow, that's harsh. You could at least praise me a little. Well, I suppose you did good. Yeah, you did okay. Ha ha ha. Thank you. Chiori, are you there? We finished. We got Sakuya Izayoi's information, just as planned. Yes, it was a success. Quickly bring the three of us back. We still have much more work to do. Huh? Of course I don't have a souvenir for you. Take this more seriously. Did you just hear whack? Yeah, I did. What's going on over there? I feel like Chiori just kicked her chair. Alright. See you soon. Phew. I finished the call. Okay then. I guess I'll head back now. Me too. Yeah, sure. I'll follow you in a bit, since I have to wait for extraction. There are still so many mysteries left unsolved. But I suppose we have managed to learn several things that should have been impossible to learn. They are things that shouldn't exist. The ruins of memory, the multi-dimensional neural network, fantasy rebirth, and of course, those seal crystal items that started it all. It's safe to say that none of these should exist in any of our probable worlds. But it should be impossible to determine that something shouldn't exist, given that it does indeed exist. Something made it possible. That something is an observer with a wider perspective than us. This was the result of their interference. Yes. I'm talking about you. I knew it. My voice can't reach her, but maybe something else has. What? Really? Is that what you think? Huh? Can she really hear me? Ah, all that praise is making me blush. But, well, I guess I do deserve it. This makes continuing my research all the more worthwhile. Right, okay. She's not hearing me at all. We still don't even know if the observer is a single entity capable of thought. But if they are watching me right now, I'm sure they would praise my research. My predictions are correct, aren't they? Well, if such a transcendental observer does truly exist, then I would like to ask them for a favor. Please, watch over these girls for me. Gasp. I'm honestly jealous. I'd make so much more progress with my research if I was in your position. Anyway, I'm counting on you, okay? We lost the Battle of Bullets, but there really isn't anything more fun than this. I wonder what these seal crystal things are, and I wonder what will happen next. Come on, Sakuya. Raimon and the others have already gone on ahead. Let's catch up with them. I need you to hold my parasol. When are we? Finally. Have finally regained this much. In this world, we have only just met. But we are actually quite old friends. You don't understand, do you? But that's okay. You don't need to understand just yet. I'm sure everything will become clear once you regain your memories. And of course, my mistress will also fully return. We are not quite there yet, but we are so very, very close. So for now, you should let time flow as fate intends. This is not a repetition. We are making great strides toward our ultimate goal. That's why you should go on ahead. Didn't look convinced. But that's not a problem. She will understand soon. We have our own path we must take. Let's go. Extend Bewitched Sword, Silver Blade, and Blood Sword, Vampire Fang. You too shall store memories in my stead, and correct fate. Our heading is ever forward, to the future! Let's go to the next stage, where a once empty future awaits us. Yes, let's go to continue all existence. My name is Bewitched Sword, Silver Blade, and I am now called Extended Bewitched Sword, Silver Blade. My name is Remilia Scarlet's Replica Fang, and I am now called Blood Sword, Vampire Fang. That's the card, right? We are living magic items that harbor the satellites of devils, the moon of dreams and the moon of visions. We shall help you, a devil's servant. It's the will of the most despicable and disastrous twin devils of the fantasy world. Even if these words, our voices, are drowned out by the far reaches of dreams, visions, and fantasy. Show me your skills as a maid, Sakuya Izayoi. Prove how strong your loyalty is to that devil. We are counting on you. Our fate is in your hands. Oh boy, lots of life bars. Let's see if this is winnable under these conditions. So, what kind of spells do you have? Sakuya. 1 moon and 1 star. Perfect! Lunar Clock Present. A spell card of Sakuya who has almost reached the end. She attacks with a special pocket watch that was a present from Vermilia when she appointed Sakuya her headmaid. Sakuya owns several pocket watches, but this one is imbued with memories, especially dear to her. It took an inordinate amount of time to restore the watch to its present condition. The memories in the watch have reconstructed the bullet patterns in this attack to resemble her mistress's red magic spell card. Incidentally, the words red magic were also embroidered onto the sleeve of one of Sakuya's maid uniform. I remember that. Well, this is very strong against Kaguya. How are the others? Okay, it's very strong against everyone. They're all weak to Moon and Star. Oh, Kaguya did not die. At least I got both of the others. As you might have seen while doing damage to them, there's now a listing for over damage when doing more damage than necessary on a spell card. It doesn't really do anything useful, but it's nice to know. Actually, I'm not sure if it does anything useful. I don't think it does. It doesn't seem like it damages the next life bar or anything. There's also another new addition to enemies with multiple life bars, which is if you attack a enemy that already has the red stars swirling around their head with a spell card, meaning they have already been... You've already depleted their life bar, and the spell is essentially wasted against them. You actually get that spell back now, instead of wasting it, which is very nice. Although I'm not sure how that works if there's multiple enemies and you mess up breaking one of them. I'm guessing you don't get anything back then. Also, Kaguya barely took any damage, for some reason. Alright, I should also read what that attack is before using it. Elegant Silver Knife Gift. A spell card of Sakuya Izayoi, who has almost reached the end. She attacks with the special silver knife that was a gift from Vermilia when she gave Sakuya her name. Sakuya has many silver knives, but this one is imbued with a precious memory. One of the first memories that Sakuya reclaimed. Sakuya doesn't currently need any memories from before she was given her name. The bullet patterns of this spell card were restructured to resemble the attack of her mistress when she throws Gungnir. If you have multiple enemies, then you have to break them all to obtain this spell. Yeah, okay, I had a feeling. Also, I should use barriers, or I will not get 3 stars. Yorihime sure seems like the easiest to break. But that sure got Kaguya. What did you... Oh, you prevented me from switching. That won't bother me, I have a feeling. You also have the same resists. Yes, you do. You don't know. Who else should know how that works? Also, I'm having a feeling this team actually works quite well against this. Unless this locks away something useful. Yeah, barriers. Barriers would be nice to have. This essentially means I need to end this in this turn, or I will enter a world of hurt. And you don't have any spells left. And I can't switch you out to the back row Sakuya. So it's essentially up to you, Sakuya Scarlet. But your last word is single target. This turn can go very badly. If I can't get rid of one of the two, it's gonna be very bad. I have a feeling Yorihime will survive. And if she attacks one of the weakened Sakuyas, it could go badly. See? I hate you. Get deflated twice in a turn. Well, didn't get my 3-star rating. But victory is victory. I won't mind getting that now. I'll just easily pick it up after the stream. We have other things to do. The first of those things is something we started a very long time ago. I think we did it the last time in March. The Scarlet Devil Tower story, which has a new story every 10 floors. Last time we did floors 1 to 100. The first few were giving philosophical and in-story reasons for some game mechanics, while the others got a bit weirder, I guess. Today we are taking on floor 110 to floor 200. Let's see where the story of the tower goes from here. Battle of Bullets rules? I guess we are explaining more technical things. Miss Yukari? What is it, Li Huan? Is there something you want to ask me? Are you the one who decides the Battle of Bullet rules? Li Huan, are you really asking me that? What's going on here? Don't tell me you made Yukari cry. Wow, I didn't know yokai extermination was your thing. Li Huan, what's this I'm hearing? You made Yukari cry? Amazing! We entrust the fate of Gensokyo to you. Now, enough with the jokes. My goodness, Li Huan, to think that you would be so interested in such a thing. I thought I was a good mentor. Where did I go wrong? Stop acting like Li Huan is in the wrong. Just answer her. Not that I know what you are talking about. Well, What were you two talking about? Ever since I heard about it at the bottom of the tower, you've been wondering who's the one that decides the rules for battles of bullets, huh? I read, or maybe heard somewhere, that the regulations for duels were made by the Hakure Shrine Maiden and the sages. No, I don't think that's what Li Huan is bothered about. Huh? What do you mean? There are two things. First, did these rules exist even before Li Huan appeared here? And second, why are the rules the same in all the other worlds that we've been to? You're wondering about these two things, right? Yes, that's pretty much it. Whoa, Raymond, that's quite insightful of you. Not really, since I'm the one who mentioned the second thing when we were back on the 10th floor. Have you forgotten? Yeah, it's been a while. Who's going to remember every little detail? Well, just as I mentioned on the 10th floor, it really is a mystery. That's exactly why I started wondering whether the rules were the same before I got here. Oh, I get it. The one in charge of these rules might be the mastermind behind the LostWord incident. It's pretty suspicious, right? Even I don't think about every little thing when an incident occurs. I've just always thought that this is how duels are. You're the Hakure Shrine Maiden. I heard you're one of the people behind the rules. So you're the mastermind, right? Ah, this is so annoying. Who even cares about such details? That is exactly how delicate this matter is. It's not something you should talk about so lightly. Look who's talking. The most suspicious yokai, who is definitely the mastermind. That's right. It's obvious that I'm suspicious. I am the most suspicious existence in all of Gensokyo. I am the yokai sage, Yukari Giacomo, after all. Yakumo. Rules. Spell card rules. I'm the one who controls them. I always have and always will. There's no changing that. Humans solve incidents only because I allow it. They are just dancing to my tunes. Isn't that obvious? Well, you're always shady with all your lies. But if you're gonna say the same thing about this LostWord incident, doesn't it all but confirm that you are the real mastermind behind all of this? Huh? Marisa's right. Just think about how it was before Li Huan got here. There was always a subtle change in the rules for every new incident. They were never exactly the same. It wasn't just because you felt like changing them, right? The incidents always affected the rules. Yes, sometimes they're UFOs, sometimes they're divine spirits. This means that you colluded with the masterminds to change the rules. Isn't that right? Huh? I don't know what you're talking about. La la la, I can't hear you. What's with this childish behavior? Please stop. I'm just an innocent little girl. Just a little yokai girl. She's probably just fooling around, because there's no one else here. But you're not going to fool us. Now, stop bullying, Yukari. You should understand that for a yokai to admit their deeds is as good as self-destruction. Misokina! Why hello, Li Huan. I have been watching you through the back door. Oh, it's the secret god. No one called you, though. I've come to your rescue. Maybe you should show some gratitude. Are you also here to conquer the tower, Miss Okina? No, I'm the same as Yukari. Such a large-scale event is just another incident, if you look at it from a different point of view. But if a god like myself is around to watch over things, it is officially a festival. Is that not reassuring? What is this secretive god who is just as shady as Yukari on about? I know, right? Oh, it looks like I'm even more disliked than I expected. But since this yokai will never speak about herself. You do not need a god. I have known her for ages, so you can rest assured I leave the explanation to me. Yeah, but you are not very trustworthy, so how can we trust whatever you say? I'd like to hear. Li Huan, you're such a good girl. I sense strong faith coming from you. Excellent. Let me pat your head. As usual. Even dignified beings like your kind gods just melt in front of Li Huan. He sounds like a doting older sister. Can we explain this in one of these tower stories? Why is Li Huan like this? Well, Marisa, you might not be aware of this, but we're all birds of a feather. For real? I thought I deserved this, but I'm really happy about it. How adorable. I will train you to be one of my next 2 servants. Kina, stop getting carried away. This one is in the custody of Hakure Shrine under my jurisdiction. How boring. By the way, where are your 2 servants? They don't seem to be around. It is Mei and Saturnoid that you are speaking of, and they are already climbing the rest of the tower. With the others. The others? Ah! Sakuya and Yomo aren't here either. We've been completely left behind. Correct. Literally everyone climbing this tower is your rival. There are no friends here. We have to catch up. Well then, greater yokai. How about we get going too? Alright, let's do that. It's good to do things like this once in a while. We'll continue this during the next break, right? Yes, you can look forward to it. Time for the next break. Battle of Bullet Rules, Part 2. Pitiful yokai can never admit to their deeds, so instead I, the hidden secret god, who should be spoken of publicly, will... Li Huan, don't let her fool you. I'm much better than that shady and eccentric god. Huh? Don't take them seriously, Li Huan. This is just how they act. There's nothing new about this. Yokai want to be feared, so they sometimes distort the truth. Same with gods. There's no guarantee they'll speak the truth. So nanoka. Yokai want to be feared, and gods want to be worshipped. Both of them only care about what's beneficial to them. Yokai and gods attach themselves to idle rumors and hearsay. They do whatever it takes to remain relevant. Until recently, I used to think that battling gods would be quite different from exterminating yokai. But I got used to it since gods cause so many disturbances. I battled the sculptor god, the marketplace god, and lots more. Ah, thanks. That wasn't praise. Well, I'm not here to make the age-old claim that gods only speak the truth. There are countless gods, so it would be impossible to treat everything said by each one equally and impartially. However, I, Okinamatara, a sage and the secret god of Gensokyo, am the only one around here who has witnessed all of Yukari's deeds, so it would be wise to listen to me. Doing so is surely better than just listening to Yukari. I feel like she's trying to wheedle us into listening to her. I'm okay with whatever, as long as we can end this bothersome topic as soon as possible. It's always good to listen to various sides of a story, be it from a yokai or a god. Is that it? Exactly! One should always strive to broaden their knowledge. There are things in this world that are better left unknown. Being a secret god, you should be aware of that. Wow, it's quite unusual for you to be so straightforward. So unlike a yokai. Not sharing knowledge is one thing, but not giving options should be detrimental to you, no? Well, whatever. I don't think my dear Li Huan will blindly agree with you, so you may go ahead, I don't care. Very well. I'll finish what I have to say before you change your mind. First, let's look at Yukari Yakumo's claim that she's the one behind all the incidents. I'd say there's a limit to being illogical. That's an awfully strong denial. How can you be so sure? There's a very simple explanation for that, and that's because I myself have caused an incident. Ah yes, you're the god of hindrances who shares ancestors with the Tengu. You were the ringleader behind that incident. That can't be right. That bad guy was standing up, but I also battled the one who was sitting twice. I don't get it. Jenna, you have lost so much. Or do you think that Yukari Yakumo asked me to rig the whole thing when I caused the incident? If she had done that, it would have taken us several years to decide how the incident would play out. The sages of Gensokyo are not on such great terms that we would simply agree without any argument. Even that great Tengu, who got along well with that god, had a falling out in the middle of a disturbance. I'll write an article about your bad-mouthing my boss later. Can't wait for now. That incident also served as a warning to Yukari Yakumo, so I would have immediately rejected any proposal to rig it. Thus, I caused that incident solely because I wanted to. The incident interfering with the battle rules was consequential. There were no signs of Yukari Yakumo intervening at any point. Isn't that right, my two servants? Master is right. That incident was caused by our master and us. And there are no records of Lady Yukari visiting us either. I think all other incidents were also only caused by the culprit. Of course, they could have just taken all that into consideration and conspired together to coordinate their stories. You make things a whole lot more confusing whenever you open your mouth. Can't you just keep quiet for a while? How cruel! Li Huan is like my child. I made what Hakure Shrine is today. Incident resolvers are my children. That's rich coming from you. Alright, calm down, Mom. My theory opposes Yukari's. I believe the masterminds are single-handedly responsible for the incidents. The Battle of Bullets rules change with every disturbance, because the person causing each disturbance is different. Let's take the incident caused by Yuyuko Sayoji, for example. You were forced to collect spring, correct? Yes, we were made to collect a lot of petals. It seems she was planning to steal them to make a cherry blossom tree bloom. In short, you danced to the mastermind's tunes and were forced to collect what they wanted. The method may have been different, but I'm sure you collected something similar countless times. Like the fragments of the flying storehouse disguised as UFOs, desire spirits called divine spirits, and ability cards. Well, collecting such items while avoiding bullets does make you feel really cool. Did they use that perception against us? Also, we were made to collect seasonal energy in the incident that you caused. But you played dirty so that anyone with a seasonal bias wouldn't be able to beat you. Well, I was observing you all, so it would be silly not to take the appropriate measures. Master was watching the whole time from the back door. She was watching so closely that she was literally clinging onto the door frame. Ha ha ha. Be quiet for a while. Okay. Wow, that's a shocker. But that would explain why the rules applied even on the moon that's so far from here. Masterminds need consistent rules for their plan to work, like how we were possessed and manipulated by animal spirits. Wait a minute. If the mastermind interferes with the rules and changes them, then there are a lot of inconsistencies. That's interesting. I'd like to hear more from the incident resolving experts here. Wait, didn't we also get some advantages? Is it a good thing to help your rivals? I don't understand. That supernatural border thing was helpful during Yuyuko's incident. Did Yuyuko arrange it so we deliver spring to her? Maybe that was a phenomenon that occurred as a side effect of having too much spring energy in the midst of winter. What about the border between life and death during the A&T incident? That was also pretty helpful, wasn't it? Maybe that was also a side effect of something. I've only heard about that incident since I didn't experience it, but wasn't there an ability card that did something similar? Ah, I feel like there was something like that. What was it called again? If the masterminds interfere with the rules, then what about the ultramarine orb elixir in that sagacious spirit incident? Doesn't that make my master a mastermind too? So then, what was the whole spirit world trance thing? And what was with the spirit attacks that consumed spirit power? What about temperament and weather? Why were we so easily able to use the bewitched weapons? And even the seasonal equipment. It could be that... Let us train into! No. If that was the case, then... Well, I think that should do it. Your honor as a yokai is mostly intact. Yes, you should be grateful. You haven't lost face as a god, either. Does this mean the truth is hidden in darkness? Or rather, you could say that the truth can only be found in darkness. If so, those who step out of darkness have no hidden truth. That is something I cannot deny as a secret god. Was that too difficult to understand? Let me start over. Who controls the Battle of Bullet rules? Or, if control is too strong a word, who manages or influences them? I claim that it's me. However, the masterminds claim they changed the rules to suit their needs. Was it all rigged? Was there collusion? Well, none of that matters anyway. The outcome was the same. Darkness arises when the intentions of several people come together. What emerges from there is a real-life phenomenon. It's a black box, or perhaps a cat box. Will we ever deduce the LostWord incident mastermind? Of course we will. The mastermind's actions will always leave a trace. Right now all we can do is continue investigating every nook and cranny. If we find just a single clue, the answers to all our conjectures and theories will fall into place within seconds. You don't need to worry. Remember that climbing this tower is just another way to find a clue. Ah, right. None of this is pointless. Well then, let's continue our search for the truth. Or rather, let's continue exploring. That was quite interesting. Trying to understand all those gimmicks from the main games. But obviously, they're all just the machinations of one drunk man. Surely, that won't be where all this plot is leading, but it's leading us to floor 130. Gensokyo Factions. Remo, Marisa. Everyone has gone ahead without us. Why are we always the last? What's wrong, Li-Huan? Why do you sound so worried? It's fine. I can handle anything we might come across with one of my Master Sparks. I've grown complacent from being here so long. Oh my, what have we here? I spotted 2 famous incident resolvers. The top incident resolvers come from Hakure Shrine, Moria Shrine, Agu-Yokoro and Aentei. And also the Forest of Magic. There's also the Scarlet I will mention, and that singular wild witch from the forest. This is our chance to steal their glory. I know those voices. Show yourselves. And while you are at it, apologize for being so rude. Visit the Palace of the Earth Spirits for all your incident resolving needs. No, you should rely on Myoran Temple. The Divine Spirit Mausoleum have the most illustrious incident resolvers. Wow, what lovely smiles. I feel so relieved now that you are all here. As if you are climbing the Solid Devil Tower too. I couldn't just stay sitting at home after hearing that there are rare objects to be found here. That's right, there's treasure here. There's no replacement for treasure. Verily, no one can have an overabundance of treasure. This expedition shall fund the Divine Spirit Mausoleum's pursuits. Oh, Are you telling me you guys are after rare items? That's suspicious. You better not be lying to us. Actually, it is all because of Lady Koishi. I heard that Lady Koishi wandered into and up the Scarlet Devil Tower. Lady Hichiri went, "I sense a disturbance. I must go deal with it personally." Then she flew out to the tower all by herself. In mine own case, Lady Taishi departed after declaring, "Oh, if Myorin Temple is going, then I must go as well." Can you believe that? Yeah, it's rough having such energetic and spontaneous masters. I can't empathize with you, but it certainly sounds like a pain. You're right that it isn't easy, but I haven't forgotten my sense of duty. It may seem like Lady Koishi lives each day freely without a care in the world, but she might feel lonely sometimes. She might need help. She might get overwhelmed by sadness when no one can see her. It makes my heart break to think she might be suffering alone, so I'll do whatever I can to cheer her up with my fluffiness. Yes, Rin, be of good cheer. I have no idea whether that yokai actually feels those emotions or not, but I respect your devotion to your master. Lady Hichiri is a great priest who leads humans and yokai, even though she is busy with work every single day. I know she bears the burdens of countless troubles and hardships that we novice priests can't even dream of. That's why it's okay if she takes a break away from the temple. In fact, I approve. She also left us with instructions. But it's kind of lonely without her. I want to be by her side and travel together with her. Yeah, it makes sense that the underlings can't rest easy with their leader gone. I haven't construed any cunning schemes whatsoever. Then you should probably think some more. Unsan says so too, and if Unsan's saying that, you should probably listen. I think so too. How dareth ye? Wherever Lady Taishi goeth, I follow. That is the be-all and end-all. Things like worry and affection are needless sentiments. They're inconsequential. That's a surprise. I never knew you were so loyal. Just thought you were a plain old idiot. I was going to make fun of you, but well done. I'm actually impressed. Is that what ye all think of me? Nevertheless, I came hither purely out of loyalty. Lady Taishi is the ultimate ruler, so I must give her mine utmost loyalty. I am her #1 advisor, after all. Did I just hear someone say they were Lady Taishi's #1 advisor? That's awfully strange. She doesn't need 2 #1 advisors. Dojika? Thee have caught up quickly. I thought I managed to lose thee. Didn't we both swear to protect Lady Taishi? Why would you try and lose me? It's only natural to scamper if thou art being chased by a dog. I couldn't help it, 'twas a force of habit. Sorry I jest, I merely wanted to provoke thee. You know we're out in public, right? Your every word and affection affects on Lady Taishi. Don't disgrace her. I apologized, did I not? So what's the problem? Besides, thou cannot talk, Tojika. Huh? What did you say? Thou have committed no fault, so I've got no rebuttal. That's not fair, Tojika. You've got it rough too, don't you, Miss Tojika? Oh, I'm glad you understand, Miss Ichirin. She's always like this, every single time. Every single moment. Every single day. I finally caught up to you both. Ichirin, Onsan. Why did you leave me behind? Whoa, Murasa. Didn't we promise to climb the tower together? When I woke up, I was all alone. Can you even imagine how lonely that made me feel? Sorry, I know you're good with directions, so I thought you'd have no trouble catching up to me. I waited forever for you to wake up, but then Futo and Orin arrived, so... Did my nap really take that long? You were so deeply asleep that I couldn't bear to wake you up. It seems I still need more training. I'm not used to exploring for such a long lengths of time. But please, wake me up next time, okay? I felt so lonely being all alone. Okay, I promise. Unsan says he promises too. That's right. You should wake your friends up. I got pecked at by fairies from head to toe. Mia? You say that as if I didn't try to wake you up, Utsuho. Huh? You tried, but I don't remember that. You showed no signs of opening your eyes, no matter how hard I shook you, slapped you, or rolled you down the slope. Seriously? Yep. Your wings are too big for my cat card. I didn't know what else to do, but go on ahead and come back for you later. So that's what happened. Sorry, Orin. But I'm glad I managed to find you without getting lost. You could say that again. It's truly a miracle. It seems that even the people who don't usually go out to resolve incidents have come here. Is it okay for them to abandon their usual duties? Especially that atomic bird. Hardly any time will have passed when they return. Alright, that makes sense. Then doesn't that mean anyone could come to the Scarlet Devil Tower? Even those who can't usually take a break from their important jobs? Yeah, I guess so. I've got a bad feeling about this. I wonder who that is referring to. My first thought was Shikieki. Let's see who's next. Teaching troublemakers. I think I'm getting used to climbing this tower. Once you get used to it, it's kind of... It's so boring, isn't it? Don't you agree, hated young lady? Counter-attacking Amano Jaku. Seija Kishin. Why are you getting a title card and no one else did? You think so too, don't you? Hmm? Hey, Seija. I haven't seen you since that time. I'm not bored, it's more fun now that I'm used to it. How is that any different from boredom? Or is it not boring because it's fun? I don't get what you mean. You're confused because you're not used to overthinking things. Just be your usual simple-minded self. Descendant of the Inchlings, Shinmyomaru Sukana. Don't you agree, Li Huan? Shinmyomaru. Haven't seen you since that time either. What time are we speaking of? That's right. We should do something wild together sometime. I doubt anyone will get mad if we go on a bit of a rampage here. Don't you get restless if you don't let loose occasionally? I don't think I'm quite that stressed. She hasn't changed. Wait, princess. Why do you call me simple-minded? Aren't I the one who always comes up with the plans? You don't listen when I try to stop you. Once your mind is made up, you never change it. Are you really an Amano-jaku? Huh? Seija, don't tell me you've forgotten. I might not look like it, but I'm still a descendant of that famous Inchling. I inherited an especially strong temperament from my ancestors. My courage and wisdom are pretty unconventional. Yeah, I know. That's exactly why I teamed up with you back then, and why I'm still here with you now. Really? So you're not just trying to deceive me for the Miracle Mallet's magic? Well, why would you say such a thing in public, princess? Besides, I haven't ever deceived you. I didn't back then, and nor have I since. It kind of looked like I tricked you at the end, but I didn't. So it doesn't count. Haha, well, I don't really care either way, because now I also love the contrary part of you, Seija. The contrary side of you is so amusing. Seija, you're kind of different around Shinmyomaru. Hey, watch it. You shouldn't make fun of me. I'm not gonna give you any special treatment if you do. It's perfectly fine by me. I was joking, but Seija's ability is actually pretty amazing. I came here to have a little fun, but then I realized I'd get to see more interesting things on the higher floors. So I decided to climb the tower as fast as possible, and Seija's powers have been a great help in doing that. That's because she has the ability to turn over things. That's because she has the ability to turn over how things work. Did you start from the top floor? Climbing up a tower is tiring, be it a mountain or just stairs. Climbing up something is generally a pain. That's why I turned it over. Climbing down was much easier. That's amazing. Huh? Are you giving me a compliment? How irritating. Between you and me, her power is like Yukari's power to interfere with rules. She can even turn over bullet patterns. Then isn't she able to cause incidents left and right? Of course, I could. Nope, not possible. What? Really? No matter how amazing an ability you may have up your sleeve, it's useless if there's nothing to fuel it. First of all, if Seija could use her ability to the fullest, he would have become a greater yokai or something. Princess, it's the opposite. I can cause a great rebellion at any time. If only I could use the magic of the Miracle Mallet. The ability to turn over anything and the Mallet's magic. Together, they would be unbeatable. Yes, but that also means that Sager's power isn't all that extraordinary by itself. We exclude the short-lived display of powers, like with spell cards. Something like an incident requires wherewithal. And this doesn't just apply to Sager. It was the same for the grassroots yokai and the Tsukumogami during that incident. Most yokai can become a threat if they acquire a large amount of magical power to fuel them. I wish the princess would give up a display of her splendid magical powers again. I do like fun schemes, but I definitely don't want to deal with any that have such poor cost performance again. I don't want to overuse the Miracle Mallet's magic anymore. I'll stick to using just a little bit each time. Nothing more than that for now. Well, if that's my sponsor's decision, then I suppose there's nothing I can do about it. But princess, what if there's a magic item with great magical power hidden in this tower? Then we'll use that magical power to do something fun. There's nothing wrong with bringing a little bit of true excitement to the easygoing and laid-back Gensokyo. That's my princess. Yeah, a little bit won't do any harm. That's so bold. Just stating you're gonna start an incident. Well, that sounds interesting. Can we really expect something good from this desolate tower? There's no way good things won't happen in your presence, Miss Tenchi. I hope we find a delicious feast. Girl of the sphere of neither perception nor non-perception, Tenji Hinanai. The new sister of the next one. The most despicable and disastrous elder twin sister, Shion Yorigami. We might find something like that if this tower reaches as high as the sphere of neither perception nor non-perception. Yes, of course. I'm sure you're right, Miss Tenchi. So what do you think, Shin Myomaru Sukuna? And you, freeloading Amonojako with a seemingly noble lineage? Yeah, what do you think? Ah, Tenji Hinanai? And the poverty god? Oh, it's Tenchi and Shion. You guys came here too. Hello, you both seem to be in a really good mood. Wow, Yuan is also here. That's more or less decided. Yuan is going there too, so we'll definitely find something unusual if we keep climbing. Am I being stereotyped? If something is unusual, that means it is rare, and rareness is proportional to the magnitude of magical power. We might find something that will let us have some fun, and if we are lucky, we could even use it right then and there. We might learn something from the experience that will prove beneficial to us someday. Of course, if it's something delicious, we can just eat it up. That means there's no harm in climbing. Yay, I vote for food. Okay, let's go, Shin Myomaru. Yeah, let's go. I don't remember. Were you two actually friends? I know you worked together in that one incident where you had an overdrive spell together. Huh? Eh? Hold on, you delinquent Celestial. Stop being ludicrous. The princess and I are climbing together. No one invited a spoiled rock dropper like you. Did you just call me a spoiled rock dropper? Hey, little one. I was gonna be lenient since we both stayed at Hakurei Shrine. But you can't take Miss Tenji away from me. Miss Tenji is all I have. Do you understand what that means, you bowl girl? But bowl girl? You're kind of scaring me. This is such a complicated and childish fight. Someone must stop them or we'll have a mini incident. Stop! Here come the big sisters. Beautiful scarlet cloth. Ikunagai. The most despicable and disastrous younger twin sister. John Yorigami. I said big sisters, but she is the younger one. Still, I guess she acts older. Or more wise. Possibly. Miss Iku, drawn. I'm not the Hinanai family's tutor or instructor, but nevertheless. After sensing the mood here, I've decided to bring the lightning down. I hope you're prepared, eldest daughter. Iku, wait a minute, why me? Safety excuses. It will be a problem if the integrity of heaven and celestials is tainted. I don't care about that, but even if that's the case, why me? With all due respect, eldest daughter, you're celestial, so you're supposed to rule over those who live on Earth. I suppose you're not wrong about that. Shion, don't overdo it. Huh? Did I do something wrong, John? I hope you know that I only allowed you to go on your little trip because you were going with that super lucky Miss Tenji. I thought her celestialness would absorb all of your misfortune, so nothing strange would happen on your trip. Then that means I should stick with Miss Tenji, after all. No, we don't need any unnecessary trouble right now. What if something happens and it triggers that mode of yours? Huh? Draw on. Why are you so serious? You're not acting like a pestilence god. I'm just worried. You're worried? About me? No, not you. I'm worried about the little Byakuren Hichiri in my head. I'll have you know that her scolding really hurts. Little Byakuren when? The situation has somehow calmed down. Great. It looks like they are getting along. Gosh, they're so outrageous. Well, I suppose I used to be like that too. But whenever I think of Hichiri, it doesn't feel right if I don't act respectable. I'd feel bad about carelessly creating a ruckus. Little Byakuren on a tricycle? Yes, that would be perfect. Do you visit Miss Byakuren sometimes? Well, I have no other choice but to go to her for help when we are starving, and she's always so welcoming. Of course, I really couldn't force myself to keep training under her. But since I'm indebted to her, I thought I could help with the chaperoning. I could just focus on my actual job, and that would be enough. But I have deep ties with the eldest daughter. I want to see the future of the Hinanai family and heaven together with Lady Tenshi Hinanai, the eldest daughter. That is what I truly want from the bottom of my heart. It's not like me to say such things though. He's such a warm and reliable person. Besides, the recent inexplicable incident has caused a stir both inside and outside the Dragon Palace. and it's extremely rare for any celestial, excluding the eldest daughter, to venture outside of heaven. That's why I need to make sure everything goes well in their stead. Let's climb this tower, while talking about our close ones. Yes, and who knows? It might act as a diversion to keep us from worrying. So many amazing people are climbing the tower. Amazing. I think 150 is next. But first, let me take a drink. Okay, that's lots of talking, and we're only halfway done with the tower. Or not even, I guess. 150. Hell's Vacation. Is it time for Hekatia? I'm here! It's time for Hekatia. Goddess of Hell, Hekatia Lapislazuli. Eh? It's the lady with the unique t-shirt. Miss Hekatia, why are you here? Oh no, I need to inform the Yama about this. The Yama? Oh, you're talking about Eiki, yeah? Come on out. Lady Hekatia is a very influential being in Hell, even if she isn't my direct superior. I judged that this vacation is worthwhile. And judge she did. So you do have time to go off your important job to come here for a moment. Supreme Judge of Paradise, Eiki Shiki, Yamaxanadu. So for Miss Eiki, Miss Hekatia is like a popular head of another department. I like having clarity in all things, so I work when it's time to work and rest when it's time to rest. Apparently, we don't need to worry about the passage of time while we are here, so I don't need to worry about work either. So, that's what they call work-life balance. Maybe Miss Eiki isn't a workaholic after all. Lady Eiki, I'm sorry to say this, but you can't call this a vacation. Guide of the Sanzu River, Komachi Onasuka. It's only a vacation if you can sleep through it. In fact, this is no different from work. Why do you say that, Komachi? Today is our day off. You can stop stressing and relax. It would be fine if it was just Lady Eiki and me, but the others from work are also here. I'm okay with working on a day off. Clerical God of Hell's Checkpoint, Kutaka Nivatari. I love working. You sure have it good, Kutaka. Huh? What do you mean? Am I weird, Miss Komachi? No, I didn't mean it like that. It's difficult to explain, so just forget about it. Kutaka, today is a holiday. We aren't working. You need to learn to balance work and play. Okay, I'll do my best. There's an excellent turnout of my fellow Hell Dwellers today. That's good, totally cool. I'm also here today. Going out on a trip with Master is the best. Fairy of Hell, clown piece, here to kick people in the face. Or other body parts. Wow, you're all here. But isn't this kind of suspicious? They're all prominent people of Hell. They could easily cause an incident or something. Hey, don't be rude. We're obviously not going to do any such thing. So why have you all come here to the tower? I'm glad you asked, Lihon. That's because... why are we here again, Master? Ah, there, clown piece. It looks like you are enjoying the tower so much that you've already forgotten why we're here. I am Hekatia Lapislazuli, the goddess of hell. I aspire to establish a new hell full of diverse life forms. New hell will break new ground by welcoming the dead with methods of suffering never before seen in hell. But it is still lacking adequate torture attractions. And that's why we're here to observe and get ideas for a new torture attraction. Hell's Tower. Is she trying to make Hekatia land? You're talking about one of those rides where you experience freefall, aren't you? That sounds like fun. So we are here for work after all. I wanna rest. Don't worry, Shinigami girl. I'm the only one who's gonna be working. Huh? Then why are we here? To have a barbecue, of course. And by that I mean grilling meat outdoors. Huh? What's wrong, Kutaka? Why do you look so pale? No, it's just that I have a really bad feeling about this. It takes a fair amount of people to hold an awesome barbecue, you know? Lots of ingredients have to be cooked while adjusting the heat at the same time. So I thought you guys could help me out. Oh, so that's why you need us. Phew. You totally thought you were gonna be the food. Meat! Meat! I want meat! Let's go all out and have a barbecue in a place with the best view. Yay! Is she holding an over-the-top barbecue to strengthen workplace relations? That's a wonderful idea, Lady Hekatia. Opportunities like this are rare, so let's make the most of this one. Having a drink while enjoying a wonderful view doesn't sound bad at all. It's good to have such days off once in a while. I can help you with anything, as long as the meat being grilled isn't chicken. It looks delicious. It's funny. I guess I shouldn't mention it, because I don't think it will ever come up. But in Japan, there was actually a small collaboration between Touhou LostWord and Kentucky Fried Chicken, which included a Kentucky Fried Chicken outfit for Kutaka. So she doesn't seem that opposed to selling chicken meat. You guys can join us. Think of it as a taste testing for New Hell's food menu. Theme park food is strangely appetizing, but expensive. Wait, isn't that dangerous? They say you can return to the world of the living after you eat food prepared in the afterlife. Come on, get climbing if you wanna have a fun barbecue. Oh, that's right. We were about to go catch up to the others who went out on ahead. I completely forgot. It's all because this freaky lovely t-shirt lady showed up out of nowhere. Oh, Li Huan, wait a minute. Yes, what is it? I'm sure you've already sensed that something's up. And we don't intend to hide anything, so I'll give it to you straight. It's about the real reason we are here to climb the Scarlet Devil Tower. We came here to observe and investigate the tower and this incident-like situation. But that's not all. Li Huan, we are also here to monitor you. That's a total exaggeration. It's more like we're here to watch over you. All the Yama and Kishin hardly ever see eye to eye on anything. However, almost all of us have the same opinion about the mysterious phenomenon surrounding you, the so-called LostWord incident. We have agreed that we need to keep an eye on you. You deserve to know the truth. Eiki, I should have known you wouldn't try to hide it. That's why Eiki volunteered to take on the role of monitoring you, Li Huan. Is that because... Yeah, it's exactly as you think. If Eiki hadn't taken on that role, a warmongering Yama or a bloodthirsty Kishin might have. Some are very focused on efficiency when solving problems. So they could have just come to erase you, no questions asked. Eiki took that role to prevent such a thing from happening. Gensokyo is under my jurisdiction, so it was a natural decision. Gensokyo is undoubtedly deeply connected to this incident. Li Huan, you are now a part of Gensokyo, so as long as I live, I will not allow the other Yama or Kishin to. So, you saved me, and I didn't even know about it. Thank you, Miss Eiki. Not at all. You don't need to thank me. I'm just doing my duty. But isn't today a holiday? I didn't mean it that way. I wasn't talking about work. Then what exactly did you mean? I meant, even though it has nothing to do with my job, guiding Li Huan is my duty as the Yama. Yeah, you're a former Chiso after all. No wonder you can't ignore the lost and the troubled. So Miss Eiki is protecting me. And what about you, Miss Akatia? Me? Oh, I'm just trying to build a hell tower. You mean, what's my reason for keeping an eye on you? How should I explain this? Let's say something happens, and Eiki, being the Yama in charge of keeping an eye on you, says that she has to pass a harsh judgment upon you. That's when I'll stop her by force and take you away with me. That's my reason. I see. A contingency plan for the contingency plan. just kidding. Or are you? I don't know what's gonna happen in the future, but if you are gonna be judged, I, Hecate Lapislazuli, the goddess of hell, shall intervene on your behalf. Well, well, well. Seems my judgment is still in the future. So now let's see about the fate of the 160th floor. Hopefully it's not gonna take 160 years. Scarlet Sister Fight, Part 1. Leave 1. As we keep climbing this tower, we've come across quite a few people who try to strike up a conversation with only you in particular. Be careful not to follow them anywhere just because they are familiar faces, okay? I don't mean to nag, but this is important. They may be a yokai, a god, or maybe even an eccentric human who has decided to get involved with Gansokyo. Regardless, it isn't safe to be with them just because they act friendly. Rather, it's dangerous. It wouldn't be an exaggeration to say that it may even be life-threatening. But you are not dangerous, are you, Miss Sakuya? I like to fit in like you have at the Scarlet Devil Mansion. Ah. Oh no. Li-Huan has no one to call her own. She's like how I used to be. If I didn't happen to meet Milady, I wouldn't be the person I am now. I am Lady Ramelia's maid. That's my reason to live, and also my reason to die. What a weird thing to have Sakuya reminiscing today again. As a mortal human, I'll be with Milady until I die. Not that I intend to die so easily. I endeavored to make food to Milady's liking, because she is quite picky about the kind of food she likes. I enjoy thinking about how to best please Lady Ramelia. And then there's Mei Ling. Unlike me, she is a yokai, but we are both servants to Milady. I feel like she's taught me more than anyone else. Perhaps our roles could have been reversed. With her as the headmaid and me as the gatekeeper. Not that silly. No, that's silly. Come to think of it, I feel like she once said something irritating. When was it? There was a lot going on. What did she say? I can't remember. And how can I forget Lady Patchouli? I was surprised when I first saw her. It's not that often that you see a friend who never returns to their own home. I now know many other people who claim to be wise, but it's pretty clear that Lady Patchouli is among the wisest. The Scarlet Devil Mansion may need to make more effective use of her knowledge going forward. What happened after the whole rocket thing and the ability cards I gathered? Also, I didn't poison the tea. Kurokuma is Lady Patchouli's familiar. I think that's what she is. I've become so used to having her around that I've forgotten, but she's probably her familiar. She's a great help as she manages everything library related. Milady's book collection is also a part of the library. I wish Pacholi would summon more little devils. She is much more useful than the fairy maids. But it wouldn't look good if there were bat wings fluttering all over the mansion. I think it would be on theme. As for the young mistress, this is something I have been concerned about. Why was I imprisoned in the young mistress's room when everyone suspected I was the culprit? What was that about? Are this and the poison tea the first references to Detective Satori? I have a feeling they might be. I wonder if it's common to lock someone in a dungeon with the previous prisoner. The mother of all shared rooms. But well. It's a wonder how a human like me is living in the Scarlet Devil Mansion that's full of yokai. Come to think of it, it's quite strange, but no one else could live this way but me. Yuan better not copy me. Perhaps I could have also ended up somewhere else if things were different. Maybe I'd end up at Moria Shrine. No, Myoran Temple. No, Aentei. No, the Divine Spirit Mausoleum. Ah, they're all places I couldn't go to back then. Maybe the Scarlet Devil Mansion really is the only place for me. You could have been a maid at Hakurei Shrine. Surely she needs one after her robot maid broke down unexpectedly. Oh. What about the wonderful Yokai Mountain? Maybe the Yokai Mountain would be good for Li Huan too. The clear flowing river, the sturdy trees, the refreshing mountain air, and the rich variety of seasonal ingredients. Cool in summer and warm in winter. That mountain is truly like a mother. If she sets up a camp halfway up the mountain, she could live there for as long as she likes. This is it. Isn't the Yokai Mountain explicitly a place for yokai, Sakuya? Li Huan, the Yokai Mountain is the answer. The Yokai Mountain accepts everyone. What are you talking about? It's nothing. Amelia, Lan. Hello, Li Huan. I was honestly surprised to see the other me on the ground floor. We heard about it before coming here, but I still can't believe there is actually a world with a tower like this. A little outing is good once in a while. Maybe this is what they mean by seeing is believing. First-hand info has its uses. Hey Pacholi, are you okay? You've walked so much. How are you feeling? It's not like I've been walking on my own. My floating magic reserves have been a great help. I stored some magical power in items, all for today. It's a precious opportunity, so I can at least put in this much effort. You should try a chair, like Okina. So, it's a tower, and not a rocket. It's not like I didn't think of that, but... Lady Pacholi was so excited that she couldn't get to sleep last night. I couldn't sleep either. excited kids before going on a trip. And besides, if Lady Patchouli gets tired, I can carry her. So you don't need to worry. That's why we're all here. Forgive me, Miss Sakuya. The time in our world stays still as long as we're here. So I thought even a gatekeeper like me could let her hair down. No, you can't leave the gate unattended even for a second. Ah, why are you so strict only with me? But there's a part of me that doesn't dislike that about you. I don't even understand it myself. I wonder why I feel that way. I don't know. Must be a mystery if Miss Patchouli doesn't know. Hey lady, are you sure you have enough sunscreen? You need to be very careful if you're going to be out for a long time. I have the sunscreen that Patchouli made with so much enthusiasm. I've put on a lot more than usual, so it's fine. I converted elements of the Scarlet Mist from back then to something practical. There isn't much, but it will last the trip. It has to be filtered very slowly at a natural speed. Real slow. That's because the elements will degenerate if too much magical pressure is applied. But what if you miss the spot? Oh please, Sakuya. Doesn't the fact that we were able to get here without any issues prove that I didn't miss anything? I suppose that's true. Hehe. Sakuya, you're like Remilia's mother. And Remilia is like your child. Well, aren't we all already like a family? We are blood relatives in a sense. Maybe you're right, but anyway, this sunscreen Patchouli created is really good. I also very much like its mild floral fragrance. I agree. I thought you said you were bad at making potions, Patchy. I'm sure that must have been a lie. Just so you know, it's spirit and elemental magic. It's like a branch of alchemy, very different from potion making. It seems she wasn't lying. You don't have to be so happy about it. All of Patchouli's creations are generally good. We are vampires, so though we are not weak, we have delicate skin and hair. Oh wow. So Lady Patchouli helps them in that regard too. Wait a minute. Blender? I mean, Plan? What is it, Remilia? How do you know so much about the products I use? My sunscreen, my shampoo, and even my lip balm. They were all made by Patchy in very small quantities, and they've all been imbued with a unique scent. There's only one of each item, so how do you know about them, Flan? Huh? That's because I've also been using them. Huh? What did you say? Whose cosmetics have you been using? Eh? Yours. Huh. What are you hiding about? I told you, I've been using your stuff. It's like the latest trend I'm into. What? How can it be a trend if they're only available to me? That doesn't make any sense. What's wrong with us using something I like? Those are mine. You can use your own. That's how it usually works. Eh? But why? It's not like they'll run out. Don't you realize that cosmetics are consumable goods? Of course they'll run out. They are running out. Go to hell. And for that reason, I'm sending you to hell. Do you really mean that? Did you speak those words as the mistress of the Scarlet Devil mentioned? Ramilia Scarlet? Stop acting so odd and moody. Where did you learn to behave that way? I don't think these sisters are going to stop fighting anytime soon. Let's just ignore them and continue climbing the tower. Ignore them? Really? Is this normal for the Scarlet Devil mention? Yes, of course. Why do you think we put Flan in the basement all the time? So this doesn't happen all the time. Let's get a move on. Let's get a move on. Scarlet Sister Fight Part 2. Divine Spear. Gunpnir like biscotti. Taboo. Leviathan like pretzel. Hey, no playing with food. This is bad. So bad. It's been a while since they fought so fiercely. What? Are they still going at it? They've been poking and pushing each other the whole time we've been climbing. We need to stop them right away. Well, I'm sure they'll be fine. It's not that unusual to see them fight like this. Hey, two of you aren't serious, are you? Night Sign, Demon King Jumbo Parfait. Taboo, Cranberry Cheese Muffin. What kind of spell cards are you using? They're all deserts. So are yours. The only difference is that you sound like you're trying to be cool and edgy. Are they serious? It's like they're messing around within the limits of the spellcard rules, and none of their spell cards are dangerous. Harmless spell cards? But I think we really do need to stop them. I guess they are similar spell cards to Marisa's flashlight spell cards from Fairy Wars. Also, yes, the fight animation is top tier. I agree. They might just be playing around, but the two of them boast some of the strongest firepower in all of Gensokyo. It wouldn't be a surprise if they reduced the surroundings to ashes in an instant, or covered everything in scarlet mist, or maybe covered everything in wood. But you're all composed despite that, Lady Pacholi. Yes, Korkuma. That's because trying to mediate a fight between vampire sisters is something even the most foolish yokai and fairies know to avoid. I see you've grown quite capable while I wasn't watching, Flander. Where on earth did you learn to fight like that? That just means you don't know everything about me. You only know a fraction of who I truly am. Maybe you're right. We might be sisters, but we are completely separate individuals after all. Yes, exactly. That's why it's okay for me to use the cosmetics but surely made. How did you come to that conclusion? Eh? Huh? I can't, but why? I just told you. We are completely separate individuals. Eh? Did you say that? When? Just now! 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 Just now! Just a moment ago! A second ago! Oh my, that was loud. I can't believe you're the mistress of the noble Scarlet family. So scary. We need to stop them after all. Yeah, they might actually be serious this time, but... How do we stop them? Huh? I don't know. Must be a mystery if Miss Pacholi doesn't know. I'm sorry, I don't have any idea either. But we can't just let them be. The world will come to an end. Why is she smiling about it? But nonetheless, Flan, you're my adorable little sister. Huh? So adorable, so cute. You're my one and only cute little sister. You're one and only. You're my pride, the true treasure of the Scarlet Devil Mansion. That's why I kept you safe in the basement. I don't think that's true. Is that a joke? Thanks to me, your skin is as white as snow. You're the most beautiful girl in Gensokyo, the envy of everyone. You're also a magical girl. You're obviously making fun of me. But Flan, my cosmetics are for adults. It's a little bit too early for you to be using them. Hehe. A 5-year age gap means there is a difference of only 1% between us. But it's weird to point it out, so I usually don't. Leviathan, be the flaming bird, soar through the heavens. Bring me the tidings from the outside world. Huh? Is that a poem? Why does it sound so familiar? From Flanders' Book of Poetry, Day 180,799. No! Stop! It's become a slap fight. Oh no, this is getting out of hand. My lady, young mistress, I've prepared some tea. Milady, young mistress, I've prepared some tea. I've got snacks too. If you don't hurry, the tea will get cold. That's right. This matter is trivial compared to tea, right, Flender? Oh, 180,719 days is exactly 495 years. So she wrote that when she was 1, is what you're saying? I guess she's a poetry genius then. No, wait. No, wait. When she wrote that on day 180,799, then she wrote that this year, not when she was 0. I agree. There's nothing more important than tea. It's very true, Flander. And I don't mind if you use my things as long as you let me know in advance. I should have done that to begin with. I'm sorry, Remelia, and thank you. Oh my. Look how close these sisters are. I'm proud to be their servant. No wait, not this year. She wrote that today. Why did she not remember it? Alright then. We've had enough rest, so let's keep climbing. Yay! Sounds like fun. Gosh, these sisters are as troublesome as ever. But well, watching them never gets boring, although if they stayed on good terms, they wouldn't interrupt my reading. Lady Patchouli, we always get along, don't we? I think of us as sisters. I also use your makeup. Yes, I'm not surprised. The Tsukumogami have proven that two people can be sisters if they aren't related by blood. Oh wow, I didn't expect that reaction. I haven't really pictured myself in that situation. But looking at those two makes me think having a sister wouldn't be so bad. So honest. Lady Patchouli is being honest and cool. Alright then. As a sister trainee, I have a request for you. Sure thing, ask away. My magic power stockpile has started to run out. So can you carry me until the fast charging is complete? Oh. Oh! Huh? Of course! I'd be glad to. Huh? Doesn't this make me the elder sister? It's a little different from how I pictured it, but oh well. Suddenly I'm reminded of the little sister event. You two didn't participate in that, did you? Wasn't that like one of the first events? Come on, we should get moving too. We better hurry, or milady and the young mistress might get lost. Miss Sakuya, you can leave that to me. You've been climbing the tower with the others, right? Ah, yes. I'm sorry, Li Huan. Not at all. It was kind of fun. Heh. Well, looks like they are up ahead as well. So we all need to hurry anyway. Yes, that's right. Let's hurry. I was too careless in saying that I wish I couldn't fit. I wish I could fit in like Miss Sakuya has. I need to think about it again. Well, Miss Sakuya is quite a stand-up person. Did you just read my mind? Your face gave it away. It was easy to read your expressions. But well, I understand how you feel. Not something you can decide so easily, and yet you will need to decide at some point. You need to ask yourself what kind of life you want to lead in Gansokyo. And if you even want to live in Gansokyo in the first place. How to live in Gansokyo, or stop living here? They are questions that everyone who has come to Gansokyo has to face. I don't think you should rush yourself. You can think about it at your own pace and proceed accordingly. Maybe thinking back on how the people in the village live their lives might help you. Yeah, Thank you, Miss Mei-ling. Tai Chi Huan isn't all that I teach, you know. Come on, we better hurry too. Okay. I feel like it was more in the middle, the little sister thing. I mean, we can check. It was the 4th event, so pretty early, I'd say. Considering we have quite a few already. Uh, 180. Discussion about gods. Didn't we discuss gods already today? Oh, that god. Who is the god of Hakure Shrine? Clearly, time for Mima to show up. I don't know. Maybe there isn't one. But every shrine has a god. Whoa, Ramo. Aren't you a shrine maiden? Should shrine maidens really be so indifferent toward gods? Weren't you seriously worrying about how to get believers until just a while ago? A while ago? How long ago are you talking? I don't know exactly when, but I'm pretty sure it was more than once or twice. I'm sure it was when... I know! Wasn't it around the time when I came to Gensokyo? Huh. Why are you so excited all of a sudden? But now that you mention it, I vaguely remember doing something like that. I don't know why, but it feels like it was ages ago. That's cause a lot has happened in such a short period of time. Yeah, thinking back, you started becoming more conscious about gathering believers after the ruckus caused by Sanae. That was also the reason why we started carelessly visiting the Yokai Mountain. Hey, what do you mean by that? It wasn't a ruckus. We at Moria Shrine only acted that way after giving it some serious thought. Well, maybe we went a bit too far. I feel like Sanae had more common sense back then. Yeah, that left in Subterranean Animism Extra Stage. But anyway, I feel sorry for the god of Hakure Shrine. Huh? Why? Maybe it wouldn't be so bad if they had several shrines in the outside world, but they only have Hakure Shrine, right? The god of Hakure Shrine must feel embarrassed during god gatherings. I'm sure they'd say something like, "Ah, my shrine maiden is lazy, so no one visits the shrine. There are no offerings all year round." And then there would be Lady Kanako and Lady Subako, saying things like, "Ever since we came to Gensokyo, we've never had a lack of visitors, because our Sanae is brilliant." Huh? This is bad. I don't have a counter-argument. Cause it's the truth. Well, Moria Shrine houses 3 goddesses, so if we equally split their believers in 3, Hakure Shrine still can't compete. They've got believers on the Yokai Mountain, as well as humans who come to visit the shrine via the aerial tramway. And your shrine only gets visitors once in a blue moon when something happens that will bring them in. The faith of the human village is divided between faith in the mountain through Moria Shrine, Buddhism, and even Taoism. And doesn't your shrine have a branch of Moria Shrine? Don't you think they are taking a faith commission or something? Ah, a god commission. Ah, I know that already. Oh no. But back then, I was sure they were evil gods or yokai disguised as fake gods. I'm glad Kanako turned out to be a surprisingly jovial god. But doesn't Suvako give off evil god vibes? I feel like she's more of a fierce spirit or an old-fashioned yokai. Hey! Stop being rude. She'll curse you. Like an evil god. Or an ancient yokai. That's exactly what I mean. The mountain gods, huh? Come to think of it. There are quite a lot of gods on the yokai mountain, aren't there? But your shrine is the only shrine on the mountain, so... Are the other gods like stray gods or something? What do you mean by stray? They are gods, not dogs. Well, I suppose a god of dogs might exist somewhere out there. Well, what are they then? Wild gods? There's the misfortune god, autumn gods, market god, and that weird orb god. Orb god? Ah, Mizumaru. The orb god. I hope you know that gods don't live in shrines in the first place. Huh? Really? Oh yes. They don't live in shrines. Or maybe they do. I'm not really sure. Are you okay? This should be pretty basic knowledge for a shrine maiden. Godlike presences already exist. Humans summon their divine spirits into vessels and turn them into Shintai. Treating a mountain as a Shintai is a classic example. A rock is then declared a Shintai, and a shrine is built on the mountain. Next, another shrine is built at the foot of the mountain for the Bunrei. It's like a base station for a communication network. However, there are countless gods, and they are all different, so I think some of them might live in shrines. I don't really get it, but I understand that the system is beneficial to the mountain gods. The gods can continue to exist even without an actual shrine. It would be challenging to get believers that way, though. Difficult to believe in something you can't see with your eyes. That sounds oddly convincing coming from you, since you regularly go down to the village for missionary work. I sound convincing because I'm an experienced wind priestess and a living god. But I really think all yokai need to be thrown out of their shrines. Huh? Did the yokai shrine maiden really just say that? Are you talking about Miss Yukari and Suika? Yes! I mean, just look at their attitude. It's clearly different when they're at Moria Shrine. They contribute fate to Kanako and Suwako at Moria Shrine, but at mine, they have absolutely no help whatsoever. Well, there's an obvious reason for that, Rainbow. Just think about it. The yokai who go to Moria Shrine have a party with Kanako and the others. In other words, they hang out with gods. It's a form of entertainment for gods, like the traditional festivals. But yokai only play with you at your shrine. Yokai playing with humans involves ghost stories and bizarre phenomena. At best, it will lead to a yokai extermination and, at worst, an incident. You lack the presence of a god. And if you make a mistake, you might even end up turning into a yokai yourself. Says the person who is a regular at my parties. I'm always a guest, but you're always the host. And those yokai will come right back even if you don't drive them away. But Marisa, weren't you the host back during Immaterial and Missing Power? For all those festivals? I think you were. Ah! I don't care about the god of my shrine in the slightest. But now I'm starting to think that not knowing about that god might not be as safe as I assumed. I feel kinda restless. Sorry. I didn't think you'd get this disturbed. But well, the Hakure Shrine Maiden's credibility will probably go to the dogs if the shrine ceases to function. How long do you think you'll be able to keep lazing about like you do now? No, I don't want that to happen. I want to live a leisurely life for eternity. I don't think you should be saying that so proudly. Don't worry. I'll make an appearance at the Hakure Shrine parties once in a while. I'm a wind priestess, a living god, and a god. Oh. You are not the god of my shrine, but you're the only one I can rely on. Oh wow, it's rare to see you act so modest. But it's something nice to see this side of you. I wouldn't mind becoming a believer if you always acted this way. Sisters? I guess they've become sisters. Reimu said all that, but I bet she doesn't want to kick the yokai out of the shrine. Oh, why if it isn't Miss Li Huan? Oh my, if it isn't a god. I don't often get to leave the Primate Spirit Garden for any length of time, so I plan to climb at a leisurely pace. But it looks like we've caught up to everyone already. The Sculptor God, crafted by utter isolation. Keiki Aniyasushin. At least it's not utter isolation. It seems so, Lady Keiki. Haniwa Lance Corporal, Mayumi Shotogu. The Haniwa god. And the cute Haniwa. The Haniwa god? Cute? Oops, I apologize for my rudeness. I'm sorry. You can call me the cute Haniwa. No, it's okay. You can call me the Haniwa god. And so, Li Huan's ability triggers once again. Well, gods are usually cheerful by nature. And I don't mind it when humans give me temporary names. You can call me by that name if you wish, Li Huan, as long as I have your faith. I don't think you can regain your dignity by trying to sound mysterious. But it is adorable, so I'll keep my mouth shut and diligently watch over Lady Keiki. It sounds like you've been talking about the gods of Gensokyo. Yes, Reimu and the others were also here a moment ago. Maybe it's a good thing that we met you while you are alone. Alright. A human's perception of a god is, by all means, flawed. And it would always stay that way, no matter how you try to change it. As we climb the tower, I'll tell you about a god's perception of gods. Next time, a god's perception of gods. And next time is now. Discussion about gods. By gods. For gods. So to continue where we left off. I'm a god, but it's wrong to think that gods only speak the absolute truth. I'm nice, so I'm telling you this up front. Yes, Okina told us this earlier. How can the words of a god not be correct, you ask? The answer to that is the same as the answer to the question, what does it mean to be correct? The world is full of possibilities and diversity, no matter the time or place. The facts always vary. The only thing that exists in this world is the perception of individuals. There's no such thing as objective truth. That's why there are all sorts of gods and even almighty gods. And if I really had to declare the truth, that would be it. That might be considered heresy to a god of a foreign land, but it is the truth to me. Because I am a god who creates idols. Most of the human spirits sentenced to the animal realm never really believed in any god. But when the animals held them captive in the primate spirit garden, they started desperately clinging to whatever meager memories of faith that they could recall. Each one of them began to pray to a god they barely knew, a god they had never prayed to in life. They prayed earnestly and desperately. That's why the primate spirit garden is a melting pot of faiths, and I was summoned there, so I have a deal with them all. Maybe that's exactly why I was summoned. Idols are essentially imitations of gods after all. So you see, I'm kind of knowledgeable about gods. Now, let's get to the main point. As I mentioned earlier, gods are extremely diverse. Just as how most yokai are considered to be one race, gods cannot really be separated into different categories. However, no amount of time would be sufficient to explain each and every one of the countless gods. So let's use convenient makeshift classifications. First, we have divine spirits. Most gods probably fall under this category. They are basically the souls of spirits of gods. You can also think of them as souls that have become objects of worship. They are the same as ghosts in that they are spirits who possess pseudo-physical bodies. There are a number of different conditions that can cause divine spirits to come into being. When humans who were worshipped in life turn into a ghost and are still worshipped afterward, they become divine spirits. Gods can also split into bunrei to increase the number of divine spirits. A god can split into countless bunrei, and no matter how many bunrei exist, they all have the same authority. Thanks to that bunrei trait, shrines can have branch shrines. And it's also possible for Bunrei to travel to a far-off place, just like me. Convenient, right? To better understand the diversity of divine spirits, it is worth examining the nature of sagacious spirits. You can think of a sagacious spirit as hermit souls. A hermit is a type of superhuman who follows the teachings of Taoism. Hermits generally aspire to ascend to the higher rank of celestial, but they are already experts in Zenjutsu. Zenjutsu is the art of manipulating the temperaments of yin, yang, and the 5 phases, and souls are pure temperament. This means hermits might be able to modify their own souls to transform into sagacious spirits, which resemble divine spirits. But well, there aren't enough examples of this occurring, so it is just a hypothesis. If sagacious spirits do come into being like that, they may be a special kind of divine spirit that doesn't require faith. However, that would close off the path to becoming a celestial for that hermit. If natural phenomena and the souls that reside in things are considered gods, they can be called Yaoyorosu no Kami. They have other names, but all these names signify the gods who exist everywhere and the gods who reside in everything. And that's why even among all the other gods, you could say that these ones are similar to fairies and spirits of nature. Yaoyorosu no Kami with characteristics of Aramitama are similar to yokai. Aramitama is the opposite of Nigimitama. It is the rough and violent aspect of a god. If we link the wrath of nature and the resentment of tools that are not given a proper send-off to the concept of Aramitama, they can be perceived as curse gods and Tsukumogami. There are also Aramitama divine spirits, but they are all pretty much the same as vengeful spirits. Some shrines work to appease such unruly divine spirits to turn their curses into blessings. Now that we've talked about the yokai aspect of Aramitama, we must also look at Shikigami and Oni. It is said that both Shikigami and Oni partly originated from Aramitama. That's also why the officials of Hell are called Kishin, which basically means Oni God. The ki in Kishin is another kanji reading for Oni, violent supernatural beings that surpass humans in strength. And Oni who are made into servants are called Shiki. Shiki and Shikigami. This is a distinction between yokai and gods. Just to be clear, Aramitama and Nigimitama are not different deities. They were originally 2 aspects of the same god. If anything, you could say that there are 2 sides to every god. If you neglect to exorcise or protect against misfortune, then it may lead to a disaster. This may be perceived as heretical elsewhere, but in Japan there is a belief that considers these gods to be bodhisattva. These are just some examples of the beliefs that originated from the philosophy of Aramitama and Nigimitama. Ara. The Buddhist concept of Dharmapala is a different take on divinity. The kanji for Dharmapala literally means a god who protects Buddha's teachings. They are also known as Deva. They are gods who live in heaven and send messengers to earth to protect those who study the teachings of Buddha. In other words, Dharmapala themselves are messengers of the Buddha. They were originally gods who opposed Buddhism, but this changed with the synchronization of Shinto and Buddhism. In a foreign teaching, different from Buddhism, gods have heavenly servants who command their authority. Although these two teachings are generally considered to be completely different religions. The artistic cultures surrounding them have much in common. There are some similarities, even among popular faiths. You should ask that secret god if you want to know more, because she is a god with connections to all those teachings. The beings who live in heaven are known as devas in Buddhism and celestials in Taoism. These two faiths work very well together, and they have often been combined since ancient times in China. So it's possible that devas and celestials live in the same heaven. I'm sure if you asked a delinquent celestial about it, she'll gladly answer your questions. However, unlike devas, treating celestials as gods is not that common in our country. There are not many humans left who believe in Taoism nowadays. I don't know how it is in Gensokyo though. Incidentally, there's a religion that considers the Yama to be Dharmapala and calls them Enmaten, 10 meaning heaven. This means that from heaven to hell, there's not a single place that's out of reach from some divine being or another. Speaking of hell, let's talk about the ancient foreign gods. You may think that gods from a faraway foreign land would be very different. But all primordial gods tend to be quite similar. Let's take the great river that flows between the land of the dead and the living, for example. A god ferryman works there. Even the part where you need to pay this god a fare to get across the river safely is a common similarity between faiths. To humans, the concept of death has been a big deal since time immemorial. And because stories about death have been handed down for ages, there are many similar tales all over the world. It's also possible that humans everywhere happen to think up similar stories, because it's such a fundamental topic. There's also a tendency for gods of the underworld or hell to be goddesses. This relates directly to myself. What else did I want to say? Keiki, you have been saying quite a lot, and I agree, I feel this was a real pain to translate. Lady Keiki, we will soon be arriving at the next open floor. Oh my, time just flew by because I was so engrossed in the conversation. It was quite a complicated topic. It certainly was. But the information was very useful. Thank you. Others may have different opinions on how to categorize and define gods though. I'm sure you'll get a different take on it if you go talk to the second-hand shop owner or the child of Miare. You should go see what they have to say when you get the chance. Because the words of a god are not absolute. Even gods don't speak the absolute truth. Having said that, there may be an exception. Exception? Yes, an exception. If a power higher than the gods actually exists, then maybe what the gods think of as diversity is in fact unified. There may be an objective truth that everyone keeps hoping for. And if anyone knows anything about that, it would probably be the Lunarians. Are there gonna be Lunarians where we are going? Because where we are going is very high up in the sky, although probably not close to the moon yet. It's floor 200, the last floor of the day. It's a connecting floor. "200 floor celebration." This is the 200th floor. Congratulations. Fade to black. End of floor. Yay. We did it. I'm so tired. Can't believe how tall this tower is. Isn't it too tall? I left Dai behind and now I miss her. She's probably not doing that well with her pranks without me around to help. Things just get messed up whenever Sunny or Peace is in charge. I'm the only one fit for the task. I'd admit that you're good at pranks, but I think you make things much more chaotic than those two. See? I knew I was the strongest. Sure, I guess that's one way to put it. You know, things are peaceful when even the fairies are getting full of themselves. You shouldn't underestimate fairies, Miss Raymond. Or, to be precise, you shouldn't underestimate nature. After all, nature is also the domain of Tengu. Oh, I'm glad to see someone gets it. Good one, Tengu. That tickles. But I kinda like it. Even so, fairies are fairies. Aren't they everywhere? Yes, there are even fairies beneath Hakure Shrine and behind it. Feels like they've been there since forever. You also get yokai visitors all year round. Aon is probably the most sensible one there. I'm the most sensible one, and isn't your shrine also packed with yokai? Not at all. Everyone knows that there's hardly any room for yokai, what with all the human worshippers. You're kidding, right? I heard that you couldn't take 2 steps around there without running into a Tengu or Kappa. Uh-oh. Humans and yokai aren't the only ones who get at Moria Shrine. Gods do too. Tengu are similar to gods, and interactions with gods go much smoother when you give an offering. I see. It's annoying, but I kinda knew you'd have an explanation for it. Phew. But it feels like a neighborhood association meeting when Lady Kanako, the market god, and the Great Tengu get together. Great Tengu? Oh, you mean Lady Izunamaru? She's known for ending up in articles herself. Oops, forgot I said that. Come to think of it, she's your boss, isn't she? Don't tell me you are covering up stories. The Bumbumaru newspaper is neutral and independent. When push comes to shove, I won't give in to my boss. If there's a story, then I will write about it. Yeah, right. And that's why no one trusts sensationalist reporters. Talking about all this is making me miss Lady Kanako and Lady Subako. I think I'm homesick. It seems I still lack experience. I want to become a full-fledged incident resolver as soon as possible. I think I'm also homesick, but it's strange because I can't remember my home. Yes, you don't remember where you're from. I'm sorry. I shouldn't have said anything. No, don't worry. Don't be sorry. That just goes to show how welcoming Gensokyo is. You should come to Moriya Shrine for a sleepover sometime. We can share a futon. We must. Yuan is under my care, so I hope you realize that means I'll have to go with her. If Rainbow's going, can I go too? That sounds like fun. I want to go too. I don't mind, but you need to bring your own pajamas. Pajamas? Wonder if Mr. Rinosuke can make some. Do you not have any, Reimu? Homesick, huh? I sometimes feel homesick too, being away from the moon. Going back to pajamas, I know Rinosuke can make them. He made one for Koishi for that sister event. But now to serious stuff with Raisin. But Li Huan must have it worse, and she doesn't even know where she's from. What? Really? I thought you were fine. It's not that big of a deal, because I've already decided to serve the princess and my master down on Earth. Still, most of my former comrades live on the moon. I sometimes feel really lonely when I think about them. That's all. It will fade over time. Does that mean Miss Li Huan will also eventually stop wanting to go back home if she keeps living in Gensokyo? Huh? Yomu, you shouldn't say that. Why not? Li Huan hasn't decided that she'll be staying in Gensokyo. She intends to go back home, so you shouldn't assume that she'll be staying there forever. Don't you think that would make her feel sad? Do you really think so? Hardly anyone in Gensokyo actually chose to live there. That's just where they ended up. Miss Li Huan isn't that different. You're talking about people who settled in Gensokyo. We still don't know how things will end up for Li Huan. I do want to go back home, but I have no memories. And it will be sad to leave you all behind. Look what you did. What's wrong with Miss Li Huan as she is? We are all working together to return her home. Resolving the incident benefits us too, of course, but the ultimate goal is to send Li Huan back home. So it might be painful for her if she finds it difficult to leave us. I guess that makes sense. But then, wouldn't it be better to keep our distance from her? That would be even more painful. Why are you making it so complicated? How could we fight well together without being friends? Besides, shouldn't friends be supportive of a friend who decides to leave? There's pain on both sides. When did you get so smart? I guess I'm not the only one surprised. Wow, Chino, have you experienced sending a friend off like that before? No, why? You really made it sound like you had. This conversation is making me even more homesick. Must be contagious. Contagious? But you're the only one who's truly homesick. I want to eat ice cream by the lake while watching a sumo wrestling match between Miss Nitori and Miss Takane. That's very specific. I didn't think I'd ever feel homesick, but hearing you say that made me miss teasing Miss Hatate and getting scolded by Miss Momiji. The times I dared to trespass into Yamanba's territory and ventured into the Yamadoro's gambling den. I'd preferred if you'd let me enjoy climbing the mountain in silence. You need to get permission for that. No matter how much we talk, there's still a long way to go before we can return to Hogitsokyo, right? We don't know how far this tower goes, and honestly I also miss tea time with Naruko, Pacholi and Alice. Naruko? I'm pretty sure we settled on the fact that she's called Narumi. Don't make the Sun mistake, Marisa. Huh? Are you also feeling homesick, Rainbow? What? Of course not. Whoa, Miss Yukari's here. She hasn't been here for a few floors. Greetings. I'm here to take you with me, Li Huan. Hey! What's this all of a sudden? And what do you mean by take her? What's going on? Settle down. I'm just here for Li Huan. We're going to go back to Gensokyo for a while. To our Gensokyo. Go back? What about climbing the tower? Are you gonna quit midway? Weren't you the one who suggested climbing the tower to begin with? Stop assuming things. I'm going to continue climbing the tower. But I also have another job for Li Huan. What job, you ask? That's... No one asked. To prepare for a festival. Then why do you need Li Huan? Isn't that my job? A festival? Should bring me if it's for a festival. Seems I've triggered your shrine maiden instincts. But this is a different kind of festival, you see. Short-term festivals, a few times a year aren't enough. We need frequent special occasions that last a long time to help us resolve the incident. Haven't you said something similar about how having more opportunities to battle will increase our chances of success? Oh, you're talking about events, right? Maintaining a festive mood will help keep our minds and bodies raring to go. Is it like training? It's the perfect opportunity. Are we gonna have lots of festivals? That means I get to go wild all the time. But what about climbing this tower? We need to stay here and climb. That's not a problem. I'll set up a gap here. The yokai sage is going to set up a gap. So what will that accomplish? gap will facilitate travel that ignores the limits of time and space. What do you mean? It will let us return to the same place and time, which means we can climb the tower and do other things simultaneously. Isn't that too convenient? It's all thanks to the research I've been doing on Li Huan's journal. 200 is a good round number, which makes this floor a sort of conceptual boundary, perfect for my experimental gap. It should be convenient after all the trouble I went through in making it. It's like a save point. Oh, well, it is kinda unsettling to be away from home all the day. So, let's go back every once in a while. About these festivals of yours, can we set up food stalls? Don't tell me you are excited. Of course not. Alright, let's go home already. I'm glad we get to go back to Aog and Sokyo. Thank you for always helping us, Miss Yukari. This festival thing sounds exciting. Let's do this. I'll also... Li Huan, you'll get left behind if you don't hurry up. Ah, coming. I saw that. They were people from a parallel world. That was cool. Good work, fairy maid. I heard people from various parallel worlds would be here, but they were quite different from what I expected. Oh, it's the A-world characters. Although we don't have mailing yet. We do have that Sunny Milk, which for some reason is categorized as being from embodiment of Scarlet Devil. Because she's here because of because of Sunny Milk's Scarlet Mist incident. That one song of hers. They must have come from a much more relaxed world. I could see it on their faces. Don't get me wrong. I'm not talking about their Miss Sakuya. I meant in general. I actually felt that the other me was more serious than myself. Uh-oh. We've already learned the hard way that people who look alike can be completely different on our journey up this tower. That's why parallel presences are a pain. My research would progress much faster if they were as simple as a magic book. Can't you figure something out? Devising an easy way to distinguish between parallel presences. This is going to take a while, isn't it? Why don't we have some tea then? This is a good opportunity to take a little break. We won't be able to easily catch up with Milady and the young mistress, so let's just wait patiently for that group to return. Handmaid. What is it, fairy maid? I think that group is the one we've been looking for. Oh, And why do you think so? Well, because unlike all the other people we've come across so far, that group had Li Huan with them. And so, Floor 200 leaves us at something akin to a cliffhanger. I guess we'll come back here when Floor 300 is released. Surely, it's gonna take a while. But we're not done for today. Because there's one more thing I want to look at, which I expect to be short. The keen-eyed ones may have noticed there's a new option on the left side of the screen here in the journal. The library. What's that about? Gensokyo's Tales of Fantasy. LostWord Theater. Illustration Ayumi Takato. Story by Touhou LostWord. The daily lives of Gensokyo girls are filled with laughter, mishaps, and more. Let's see what they are up to. Released November 2022. 16 pages. Let's read! Because I haven't done enough reading yet today. Actually, in this case, I guess I should take a drink first. So, over the last week, I had to do event tasks to gain library points, as you can see at the top of the screen, to unlock the 16 pages of what we are gonna read now. Let's see if it was worth it, and we will be doing this more often in the future. Actually, can I back out of this? I would like to change the music. I expected there to be different music. I guess maybe not. Preferably music that doesn't sing would be nice. And yes, it's gonna be 4 commas. And it seems like they have implemented them decently enough. Yon commas. Yeah, I guess going with the basics is not the worst idea.
人形解放の目的も忘れて一丁っていうのは冬は悲しみの季節。ああ、なんて美しい。
Counting Coins, Part 1. Marisa and Sane are about to ask Reimu to perform a prayer for them. It's no good. I haven't got enough coins. Oh! Turns out, you can't do anything without coins, huh? I'd let you do it for free at Moria Shrine if I could. Let's just wait until you've saved up enough. We're only in the mess because Reimu won't fork out the cash to upgrade. What's wrong with it being level 1? Ah, game mechanics. Game mechanics that haven't mattered in a long time. Maybe I showed it off at the very first test stream or something? The offertory box that gives you money every time you click on it and fills up over time during the day, but I have been at over the maximum number of visible coins since about a month after the game started, so it has never been relevant to me, and I could never take money out of the offering box ever again. Why don't you upgrade your offering box? Because I hate seeing my savings go down even for a moment. But this thing fills up in no time at all at level 1. All those coins will go to waste. That's why I check it every 5 hours. You need to get out more. What is it? Ah, that's it! Don't listen to her. Use all your coins for prayers instead. Today might be your lucky day. Fully upgraded my offering box. Not like this. Full auto fail. More game mechanics. Marisas facing off against fairies in a battle of bullets in the forest of magic. Full auto rocks. I don't have to think at all. I can win with my eyes closed. Miss Marisa, pay attention to the element matchups. Oh? Doro, Doro, Doro. Even in full auto, you have to pay attention. Get over here and help me already. That's one buff fairy. Go, go, go. Yeah, not Goro, Goro, Goro. Is that a JoJo reference, I see? Class President's Rose. I'm Reimo Hakurei, the Hakurei Shrine Maiden, and a student at Hakurei Shrine Academy. And today, I overslept. But don't hurry, I'm going to be late. Just in time. Morning. What's with the close call? Isn't your room attached to the school? The school rules say we have to use the front gate. Sucks to be you. Sure, go all the way around, Reimo. The name's Marisa Kirisama. Too many Marisas. I'm an ordinary magician. You could find me anywhere. It's me, Marisa Kirisama. Some know me as the Witch of Scarlet Dreams. I'm Marisa Kirisama. How do you like my special combat gear, made especially for battle on the moon? Why are there so many Marisa Kirisamas? I don't understand. More to come. Yeah, there are already more Marisas. 2, at least. 1 is in gacha right now. Too many Marisas, part 2. Let's each show off a special move to help everyone tell who's who. I can harness powerful explosive magic. I can use all these weapons at once. Whoa. What about you? I've got it. I have a friend who lends me books whenever I want. Hey, give that back. Also do. Sana is praying. Sana is attempting to unseal a seal crystal at Moria's shrine. If Miss Reimo can do it, then so can I. Here I go. Good luck. We are right here with you. Sane! It didn't work. But with this much explosive power, we could build a new power plant. That's our goal! Can you power things with explosions? I guess the force of an explosion is quite a lot of energy. It doesn't seem efficient to me. Especially if you're wasting cubes. The Dangoing investigation. Former Eagle Robbie members Seiran and Ringo are rival Dango style owners. How dare you say your Dango are the best in Gensokyo when mine are clearly better? Jealous? Bark all you like, I won't make your fail go any tastier. What have you learned about the seal crystals? Enough for now. They're exchanging top secret info while pretending to argue. Nope, they're arguing. Dojo days. Chino's finished her training in the dojo. Right, training finished a while ago. I should have checked into that. That training was no match for the strongest fairy in Gensokyo. Never seen Chino so tired. Great job, Chino. Care to show us what you learned? You asked for it. Witness my newfound power. Using spread shots to items in an opponent looks. Use a spell card. Grace. Activate to avoid taking damage. Skills have a wide effect and should thus accordingly. Last word. Spell cards are extremely using them will prevent from using any other spell. Be sure not to use them. Early in the battle you can friends in mid-battle will activate certain effects which should Chino! Training will never betray you. I think it has betrayed Chino. Scarlet Devil Tower's maid. We have seen a lot of her today. Oh, Tower. The Tower's maid. We have not seen a lot of her today. On the hunt for the Scarlet Devil Tower's elevating machine. Oh right, that was a plot point. I could not read that, it's very tiny on my screen. How much further till the elevating machine? Quite a while. Yet I'm afraid. This place has been expanding for over 1,000 years, right? It must be hard to find anything around here. It's a real struggle. Even I can't keep track of it all. I wonder how the newly built areas are kept clean. I'm sure it's a walk in the park for Sakuya. Uh-huh. I keep it. Sparkly clean. You don't have to clean it all right now, Sakuya. Cleaning. Cleaning is not getting anywhere. Scarlet Devil Tower's gatekeeper. Yeah, the sound effects are even tinier, so I'm ignoring them. Milling and Sakuya are facing off at the top of the Scarlet Devil Tower. You cannot pass! I'll stop you with a battle of bullets! Milling is strong when she has something to protect. What's that on the floor? Dirty dishes and some laundry? You promised me you'd start tidying up after yourself, didn't you, Mei-Ling? About that. Oof, Mei-Ling's in for it now. Bullet battle! Yakumo style. The Yakumos are in a battle of bullets. Here we go. Let's show them what we've got. Understood. Yes, ma'am. Shikigami, Ron Chakumo, and Jen. Me next. Shikigami, Jen. Hehe. Seems like we've won. Wait. Did Lady Yukari actually do anything? Talk about the pot calling the kettle back. Pew pew, spin spin. And yeah, Yukari does very little during her Shikiyomi spells. The secret to friendship. Reimu and Marisa are studying at school. Hey Reimu, don't you think it's weird? Think what's weird? I know we are studying to gain XP and all, but everyone who studies here ends up being friends with Li Huan. You're right, maybe she's just that friendly. That doesn't quite explain it enough. That doesn't quite explain it though. I hope you two are studying hard. Care for a snack? Sweet! I think we found a break. These are from Li Huan. Now I get it. So that's why everyone's liking me and petting me. Because I give them candy and snacks. Yoran Temple's hospitality. The Yorigami sisters have arrived at Yoran Temple. I'm so hungry. I need something to eat. Quick. Anyone there? We need food. Stat. Shion won't last much longer. It's not much, but I have a little something prepared if you'll follow me. Yay. Before we eat, I'd like to give a small lecture. It will only take 5 minutes. John, you gotta try this. That doesn't sound so bad. Oh my. This is going to take more than 5 minutes, isn't it? John was right. It took all day. Double time. Agu Yokoro. Yomu. Food's ready. Take it easy out there. Be done in a minute. There are so many of them. In that case, I better hurry up by putting the game on double speed, which is really the only way to play this game. I'll come back. Heat up before it gets cold. Good thing I upped the pace. You got it. Anything for that smile. Tea party trouble. Alice and Patchouli are enjoying some tea. No way Yuyuko didn't eat that. Well, it's tiny Yuyuko. She has a tiny stomach. And she also cooked that, so... Alice and Patchouli are enjoying some tea. No Marisa today either, She said she had something to take care of. Why exactly am I serving you two tea? Because we couldn't find Kurakuma or any of the fairy maids to help us. I'm only here because Sakuya asked me to lend a hand. So stop treating me like a maid. I thought you'd be used to it by now. Yuyuko also treats her like a lady, like a maid. Yomo, I'm hungry. Well, these are decently silly and go by decently fast. So if they release more of them, I guess I will show them off. But that's all for today, I guess. There was a story card I was thinking about earlier. Can I find it? It's a very silly card, but I think it's decently appropriate for today. Not sure if it's a 4-star or 5-star though. It's not a 3-star. so it's not all the way down there. Oh, there it is. Sakuya verse. Can never have too many Sakuyas. Is the story for this one translated? No, sadly not. But we always gotta add more Sakuyas to this picture. Surely. Surely they'll do that. Thanks for entering the Sakuya verse today. I'll see you again next time. When we don't do that. As far as I'm aware. See you! And yeah. Remember your god classifications. They will be on the test.